And Chris has always been a nice guy, always been a good guy. He's been a great friend. He's much like his mother. His mother's very kind-hearted and sweethearted, and Chris is relatively the same way.
Stop scrolling. What you're about to hear has never been made public before, and it completely destroys everything we thought we knew about the Chris Watts case. For years, investigators believed they had the full story. The timeline was set. The motive was clear. Case closed. But Chris Watts' best friend of 30 years just came forward with recordings that shatter that entire narrative. Those text messages Chris sent that morning? They weren't for Shannon. The purchases he made weeks before? They reveal a plan nobody saw coming. And that work trip everyone thought was innocent? You're about to find out where he was really going. And trust me, it changes everything. But before we dive into these explosive revelations, we need to pause and remember why this matters. This isn't just another true crime story. This is about real lives that were tragically taken too soon. Shannon Watts, Bella Watts, Celeste Watts, Nico Watts, who never got the chance to take his first breath. A beautiful mother and her innocent children whose lives were stolen in the most unimaginable way. If you're watching this, take a moment right now and type "Amen" in the comments below. Let's honor their memory together. Let their family know that the world hasn't forgotten them. Go ahead, type "Amen" right now. And while you're down there in the comments, tell me, where in the world are you watching from? Are you in Colorado where this tragedy happened? Across the country? Maybe you're watching from another continent? Drop your location below. I want to see how far this story has reached and how many of us are seeking truth and justice together. Now, here's what makes today's video absolutely different from anything you've seen before. Chris Watts' best friend, someone who knew him for nearly 3 decades, sat down and recorded conversations that investigators never heard. Details that never made it to the courtroom. Secrets that have been buried. Until now. In just a few moments, you're going to hear this recording for yourself. But I need to warn you, what you're about to discover will make you question everything. The timeline, wrong. The motive, incomplete. The full story, we've only scratched the surface. This case hurt families everywhere. It touched the hearts of every parent who couldn't imagine such horror. And as humans, we need to understand. We need answers. We need the full truth, not just for us, but for Shannon, Bella, Celeste, and Nico. That's why I keep digging. That's why I keep investigating when others have moved on. But I can't do this without you. If you want me to keep uncovering the truth, hit that subscribe button right now. Your support allows me to access information that's nearly impossible to get. It helps me share details respectfully while honoring these victims. Alright, you've typed "Amen." You've told me where you're from. Now it's time. Let me ask you the question that started it all. How did Chris Watts' best friend describe their relationship? Let's hear it straight from him. Listen carefully to every word, because hidden in this conversation are clues that will blow this case wide open.
How did you know Shanann and Chris?
Me and Chris have been best friends for almost 25, 30 years. So I've been in and out of their lives quite a bit over the years. I've met Shanann on multiple occasions. I've met their daughters multiple occasions, and me and Chris would stay in contact via a phone call or a text message, or if we would go see each other. Hello?
I can speak to Mark, please.
This is him.
Hi, Mark. My name is Matt Saylor. I'm an agent with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, thanks. Hey, the reason I'm calling is we're doing some follow-up on the Watts case, and it's my understanding that you are a friend of theirs. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Would you have a couple minutes to speak to me about it?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, let me just get some identifying information from you.
Okay.
What is your last name?
My last name is Jamieson.
How do you spell?
Jamieson.
Okay. And date of birth for you? best phone number to get a hold of you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And how did you know Shanann and Chris?
Me and Chris have been best friends for almost 25, 30 years. So I've been in and out of their lives quite a bit over the years. I've met Shanann on multiple occasions. I've met their daughters multiple occasions, and me and Chris would stay in contact via phone call or a text message, or if we would go see each other.
Okay. So were you friends with Chris before he met Shanann?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Oh yeah, I guess for 25 years you would be, huh?
Yeah.
You guys grew up together then?
We did.
Okay. So did you live in North Carolina then?
Yes.
Okay. What takes you out?
I believe when, I'm in the Navy, so I got stationed out here in
okay.
California. Yeah.
Okay. When's the last time you talked to Chris?
I talked to him, I think it was Tuesday before that Wednesday he had confessed. And it was just through a text message.
Okay.
But that was the last time I had contacted him.
Did you initiate that, or did he?
I initiated it.
Okay. And was there like a back and forth conversation, or how did that go?
No, it was just me basically saying, I hope he's okay, I hope the family's okay, that I knew he was busy and he's probably got a lot going on, and that if he needed to speak to me or if he needed anyone to talk to, he could let me know. And then he just reached back and said, thanks, man, and yeah, he's been busy.
All right.
And that was it.
Okay. So before that, when's the last time you had a conversation with him?
Before that, right off the top of my head, it was also a text message, and it was about, I want to say, a week and a half before this incident happened. Again, it was just through text message. And I was basically telling him, like, hey, man, reach out to me, like, talk to me. And he would text me back, but he never called me, and we never saw each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that unusual?
No, I just knew he was busy. I just knew he had a lot of things going on. Just because the things that were going on with the family at the time, I could tell, like, he was busy, and I knew. I didn't press him. I didn't put any pressure on him. I just letting him know I'm here to talk if you need to talk. And,
okay.
Yeah. And he said he would. He just didn't reach out.
Okay. And I'm just for my clarification, this is the text message before they went missing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what kind of family things were going on?
I just knew that his mom, Cindy, were fighting again, because Cindy had called me and told me that they had started fighting again, and I kind of was a little upset with Chris, because I text Chris and just let him know, like, hey, man, this has got to stop. Like, I'm tired of hearing this. And he reached back to me and said he understood, he knew what was going on, and he kind of clued me in on him and Shanann are going to separate and get a divorce. And that's when I told him, like, well, I'm here if you need to talk, man. And he said he would reach out to me some more, but he never really did after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were Shanann and Cindy fighting about?
She said that, and this was coming from Cindy, that Cece had a food allergy to chocolate, and I guess Cece ate a whole bowl of Hershey Kisses, and Shanann came into the living room and was just yelling at Cindy and, telling her she's trying to kill her baby or something like that because of the food allergy. And Cindy had no idea, and she claimed she had no idea about it. And they had this huge argument, and she ended up kicking Shanann out of the house, telling her, to leave. And then shortly after that, Cindy called me crying and afraid, because she was afraid she had just lost Chris, that, Shanann was going to, turn Chris against her, like what has happened in the past. And
okay.
So she had called me crying and just letting me know, and that's when I just text Chris, like, hey, man, like, what's going on, dude? And yeah.
Okay. Well, you said that in the past, Shenan's turned Chris against Cindy. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so right around the time when they were engaged, I believe, Chris and Shenan were engaged, this huge fight between Cindy, Jamie, and Shenan was taking place, and they all felt like Shenan was trying to turn Chris against the family, and for a little bit there, Chris was on Shenan's side, not really defending his family. But I guess over the course of a year or two, they ended up patching things up, and they finally made amends, and they had back to a talking relationship again. And then this happened, and so it was like we were basically going back to square one.
Gotcha. And so, could you tell was Chris taking Shenan's side again in the fight about the food allergy thing?
Yeah, so Cindy did say that Chris initially was on Shenan's side, like he was upset with his family. But then, out of nowhere, Cindy did text me or call me again and say that Chris has decided to separate from Shenan. And then all of a sudden, like, it was Chris, he was even telling me during the text messages that he had seen the true side of Shenan and that he is done. He doesn't want to be with her anymore. And so we're like, okay. And that's why I was like, hey, man, I'm here if you want to talk. I understand this is going to be a big process, so just let me know, man. And he said he would, but he never reached out. Okay.
Do you know what he meant by that when he said he saw the true side of Shenan?
I didn't ask because I didn't feel like it was my position to dig, but I had assumed that he had seen, because for years his family has always assumed that Shenan has been pretty shady, and I never really saw it, but they all had reason to believe that she was very, very, there was something about her, and Chris said he had finally seen whatever his family had seen. He had finally seen that side of her, and yeah.
Do you know what it was that the family was seeing in her?
She was just, this is what they were telling me, is that she was very shady. She had a dark past, like, I don't know, like sleeping with her old boss, and even while she was seeing Chris, and money issues with her boss. She was just very conniving, and that was what they were telling me. Now, when I saw Shenan, I didn't see any of that. Like, she was always very pleasant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you never had any issues with Shenan?
No, I mean, I never saw that side. I didn't really trust her just because of a lot of things that were being said.
Right.
Yeah, but I never actually physically saw anything.
Okay. Sorry, my pen just died. I had to find another one. So he never really gave specifics about what he saw or the reason he was wanting to separate.
He did not. I was basically letting him know about the conversation that I had with his mother, just cluing him in on what his mom was saying about Shenan, and he was not really confirming it, but confirming it that, yeah, I've seen that part of Shenan, but he never said exactly what he saw. He just said, I've seen that side of her, I've seen the true side of her, and I'm done.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
In your conversations with Chris recently, have you noticed any changes in him?
No, just in his eyes, I could tell he looked stressed. He looked wore out. But he's always been Chris. He's never been anything but that. Like, no signs of dark side to him or anything. Chris has always been a nice guy. Always been a good guy. He's been a great friend.
Okay.
Even when I saw them in San Diego, Chris was still Chris. Like, he was your average, typical Chris.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
That was, I believe that was in June, or no, not June, excuse me, July. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they came down for a trip, for a company trip. And
okay.
They only stayed for like a weekend, but I went down to see them one day.
Okay. Are you pretty close to San Diego?
I am.
Okay. I've never heard 29 Palms.
It's in the middle of the desert and it sucks, but
oh, really?
I'm about 3 hours. Yeah, I'm about 3 hours from San Diego.
Oh, okay. So you're in the Navy in the middle of a desert?
Yeah, I'm a Navy corpsman, so we're stationed with the Marine Corps.
Oh, okay.
Anytime we do their medical, so we have to. So we have to we do their medical for them. So anytime the Marines, wherever the Marines go, we go.
Gotcha.
And they give me orders out here to the other.
Okay. So what was your opinion of Shanann then?
Initially, I liked her. I remember when Chris first met her, he was so excited about it, and I was excited for him. But over the years, like I said, the family had really, Chris's family had really had an issue with her, and she had an equal issue with his family, and it's just kind of, I started to get the uneasy feeling that they were getting. But again, like I never really saw anything that they were seeing, because I think they were more close to her than I was. I was just Chris's friend, and they're the family. They're on that constant form of contact. But for me, every time I was there, I went to their house, or they would come see me, or we would text or talk. Like they were always good. They always seemed fine. And Shanann never really exhibited anything that they were claiming, but there was always, after a while, there was that uneasy feeling about her, like something has to be there if everyone's got such a problem with it.
Okay, but you never saw anything yourself?
But I never actually saw it.
Okay. Did Chris ever tell you about any of those things that he also saw in her that her family was talking about?
He did not.
Okay.
And again, I didn't press because I didn't want to dig into his personal life.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously you liked Chris because you were friends with him for 25 years, but what can you tell me about him?
Chris, he has always been a quiet guy. He only opens up to the people that he's comfortable with. He's the type of guy that would do anything for you. He'd bend over backwards for you, and he's been there for me multiple times when I went through issues with relationships or whatever. Like Chris he's been a brother to me, big time, and I still love him as a brother. This all comes as a shock, but still, Chris is a good guy, and the way the media is painting him out to be this, that's not Chris at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And he loved his daughters very, very much.
Did you ever know him to have a temper?
I have never seen a mean side to Chris ever.
Okay.
He's much like his mother. His mother's very kind-hearted and sweethearted, and Chris is relatively the same way.
So obviously he would come to you and talk to you when he was having issues in his life. What other ways did he have, that to deal with conflict or issues in his life?
For these past couple years, him and I haven't really talked much. I would say the past 3 or 4 years, but if he was truly going through something serious, he definitely would have reached out to me. But I know he also had support wherever he was in Colorado. There was also his friend base that he had in Colorado that I'm sure he probably reached out to them more than he did with me. But but ultimately his whole, to my understanding, his whole routine was basically just go to work and take care of the girls.
Okay. Do you know who his friends are here in Colorado?
I do not.
Okay.
I've never met any of them.
Okay. How about any other friends of his that you know of that we could talk to?
Off the top of my head, I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of the people he knew, Shanann had known.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said that a lot of the people that Chris knew, Shanann knew. They were Shanann's friends.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else that you think we should know about either Chris or Shanann or their relationship or the girls or anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Any questions that I haven't asked that you think we should be asking, or anybody else that you think we should be talking to?
I'm sure you guys have already reached out to his family or his sister, and
yeah, we're in.
Okay. Then I think that would pretty much cover it, unless you guys could track down whoever his friends were in Colorado.
Okay.
Like the friends of their families.
Right.
I don't know who they were friends with, but.
Okay. All right. Well, if you got like a pen and paper, I'll give you my contact information in case something comes to mind.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Matt Saylor, Sailor.
Okay.
Just like the Navy.
Right on.
And I'm an agent with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, CBI.
Do you have a phone number or anything?
Yep, 303. So if any other information comes to mind, something you think we should know, something you forgot about, or other people you think we should be talking about, feel free to reach out to me and give me a call. We'd like to have as much information as possible, so anybody that we can talk to would be good.
Absolutely. I do have a question for you, and without you, I guess, divulging anything that you can't, am I expected to be appearing in court or anything, just because I have to let my chain of command know that they're already tracking about this issue, and I just have to let them know if I'm going to be making an appearance?
I wouldn't anticipate that. Obviously, those decisions are made by the district attorney, but and I can't say what evidence they're going to use, what witnesses they're going to use, but it's not like you have any. I mean, it's all important information, but it's not. Like, is it going to make them innocent? Is it going to make them guilty? So, I mean, you'll go into my report as a witness just because I talked to you, but I wouldn't anticipate you having to be called for trial.
Okay.
But I can't rule it out, obviously. So.
Right.
Any other questions I can answer or try to?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your time. Appreciate you talking to me today.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
All right. You too.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Yep. Bye-bye.